Right now, across our planet, there are phenomena so bizarre and terrifying that witnessing them changes people forever. From oceans that literally catch fire, to creatures that shouldn't exist, let's uncover 15 things that were never meant for human eyes. In East Java, Indonesia, the Kawah Ijen volcano burns with neon blue fire instead of red lava, one of the most otherworldly sights on Earth. Deep inside the volcano, sulfur gases heat to over 600 Zer. When these gases escape through cracks and meet oxygen, they ignite, producing electric blue flames that can reach 16 feet high. In darkness, the mountainside appears to flow with liquid blue fire. Beside these flames lies the Kawah Ijen crater lake, a turquoise pool that's the largest highly acidic lake in the world. Its pH can drop below 0.3, making it more corrosive than battery acid, and it plunges over 650 feet deep. Amid this toxic beauty, local sulfur miners harvest yellow crystals from ceramic pipes placed in volcanic vents. They haul loads of up to 200 pounds up the crater rim, with only cloth masks for protection. The work is dangerous, the pay is meager, yet many return daily out of necessity. Kawah Ijen sits within the 12-mile-wide Ijen caldera, a zone so volatile that authorities close it when gas levels spike. In March 2018, emissions forced a mass evacuation. The blue flames remain mesmerizing, but also a stark reminder that some places on Earth are stunning precisely because they're lethal. In Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert lies a fiery pit that has burned nearly non-stop for over 50 years. Locals call it the Door to Hell, officially the Darvaza gas crater, or Gates of Hell. The crater is roughly 60 to 70 meters in diameter, and about 30 meters deep. The widely told origin, in 1971, Soviet engineers drilling for gas triggered a collapse into a methane-filled cavity. To prevent gas leaks, they ignited it, expecting the fire to extinguish in days. In November 2013, explorer George Kourounis became the first person to descend into the crater. He collected gas and soil samples during a brief high-heat expedition. Even in that extreme heat, some microbial life appeared to persist. Over the decades, Turkmen leaders have occasionally pledged to extinguish the blaze. In April 2010, President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow called for measures to limit its environmental impact. In January 2022, he ordered engineers to devise plans to put it out. Recent developments suggest the fire is now waning, not from a dramatic shutdown, but because the methane fueling it is being captured or depleted. By mid-2025, the flame area had shrunk to one-third its former size, with only faint pockets of burning remaining. New wells drilled around the crater are capturing methane that once fed the blaze. Satellite imagery now shows what was once a massive, raging inferno reduced to faint flickers in a mostly dark crater. The Door to Hell remains one of Earth's most dramatic landscapes, but the fiery chapter may be nearing its end. Do you think Turkmenistan should finally extinguish the remaining flames of the Door to Hell? Let's discuss in the comments section. When sperm whales rest, they don't lie down or float on their sides. Instead, they hang vertically in the water, heads pointing upward and tails drifting down, like living elevators suspended in the sea. Entire groups drift together in this position, completely still for 10 to 15 minutes at a time, one of the ocean's most peaceful and surreal sights. Scientists first documented this behavior in 2008, after filming it near Chile and the Azores. Photos released in 2017 revealed how dreamlike these resting whales appear. They spend only about 7% of their day sleeping, the least of any mammal, which raises a puzzle: how do they rest without drowning? Unlike humans, whales breathe consciously and can't fully lose awareness. Many toothed whales, including sperm whales, let half their brain sleep while the other half stays awake to control breathing and stay alert for predators or obstacles. It's a built-in survival system that never fully shuts down. Researchers have recorded sperm whales in this vertical resting state for up to 32 minutes, usually at depths of 30 to 65 feet. Because these deep-diving hunters spend most of their lives thousands of feet below chasing giant squid, spotting them asleep near the surface is a rare glimpse into one of nature's most secret routines. For most of history, black holes existed only in theory, mathematical monsters that seemed too extreme to be real. That changed in April 2019 when scientists with the Event Horizon Telescope released the first image of a black hole, M87, a supermassive object 55 million light-years away in the galaxy Messier 87. It weighs about 6.5 billion suns and revealed the glowing ring predicted by Einstein's equations. In May 2022, the EHT captured the first image of Sagittarius A, the black hole at the heart of our own Milky Way. Though far smaller, it confirmed the same physics at work on vastly different scales. To achieve this, scientists linked radio telescopes across Earth, in Hawaii, Arizona, Chile, Mexico, Spain, and even the South Pole, creating a planet-sized virtual telescope with resolution sharp enough to read a newspaper across the Atlantic. The bright ring seen in the images isn't the black hole itself, but superheated gas and plasma swirling around the event horizon, glowing at millions of degrees before vanishing into darkness. In 2024, the EHT released new polarization maps showing magnetic fields twisting near Sagittarius A's edge, a glimpse of how these cosmic engines launch powerful jets and shape galaxies. Turtles seem gentle, but inside a sea turtle's mouth lies one of nature's most startling designs. Instead of teeth, their throats are lined with hundreds of backward-pointing spikes called esophageal papillae. These keratin structures, made of the same protein as human nails, form rows that look like a living meat grinder running from mouth to stomach. This fearsome anatomy serves three crucial purposes. The spikes trap slippery prey like jellyfish so they can't escape, force out seawater before swallowing to avoid excess salt, and shield the throat from stinging tentacles. The leatherback sea turtle, the largest of all sea turtles, takes this adaptation to the extreme. Its papillae resemble rows of curved blades, ideal for processing jellyfish. Though they look like filters, they don't remove salt. That job belongs to salt glands near the eyes, which make sea turtles appear to cry on land. Because jellyfish are mostly water and low in calories, leatherbacks must consume huge quantities daily. Their papillae act like a conveyor belt, pushing prey down for digestion. To find enough food, these giants dive to nearly 4,000 feet, 2/3 of a mile into near-freezing darkness, all to survive on a diet most creatures could never live on. And before we continue unfolding this fascinating discovery, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Don't forget to share it with your friends too. It helps the channel out, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more awesome content. In late 2019, a video from Uganda stunned viewers worldwide. A cow appeared to have 3 horns. Many assumed it was fake, but it turned out to be real. By January 2020, fact-checkers in Uganda's Ankole Cattle Breeders Society confirmed the animal's existence, and local media filmed it up close. The cow belonged to the Ankole Watusi breed, famous for its enormous heat-dissipating horns that can span over 8 feet from tip to tip. Ankole Watusi cattle are native to East Africa and thrive in hot climates thanks to the large blood vessels inside their horns, which help regulate body temperature. Cows usually weigh 900 to 1,1200 pounds, while bulls can reach 1,600 pounds. The third horn was caused by a rare genetic condition called polyceratosis, where horn growth splits during development. It's often linked to mutations near the HOXD1 gene and is more common in sheep and goats, though it occasionally appears in cattle. Sometimes these extra growths are skurs, partial horns not attached to the skull. Similar 3-horned cattle have appeared in India in 2016 and Brazil in 2018, but none went as viral as Uganda's 3-horned cow. The sight reminded millions that even familiar animals can surprise us, proof that nature never stops experimenting with new forms. At night, some beaches appear to shimmer with electric blue light, every wave and footprint glowing as if the ocean itself were alive. This real phenomenon, called bioluminescence, occurs when microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates emit light through chemical reactions inside their cells. When disturbed by waves, movement, or footsteps, they flash like millions of tiny underwater fireflies, turning the surf into liquid starlight. Bioluminescent waters appear in places such as the Maldives, Mosquito Bay in Vieques, Puerto Rico, the world's brightest bioluminescent bay, and parts of Southern California, where seasonal blooms occasionally make the shoreline glow. The light is actually a defense mechanism. When these plankton sense movement, they flash to startle predators or attract larger ones to attack the threat. It's a microscopic alarm system disguised as beauty. But this glow can signal danger. The same dinoflagellates that create blue light can also trigger red tides, daytime blooms that turn the sea reddish-brown and release toxins harmful to fish, marine mammals, and humans. Bioluminescent events depend on water temperature, nutrients, and weather, making them unpredictable. That rarity is part of the magic, the ocean's spontaneous light show, fleeting and unforgettable. In the waters off Japan, Korea, and China lives a fish so uncanny it seems almost human, the Asian sheepshead wrasse, known in Japan as the kobudai. With its swollen forehead, jutting jaw, and expressive eyes, a full-grown male can look eerily like a face staring back through the water. These massive reef fish can reach about 3 feet long and weigh up to 32 pounds. Their strange appearance comes with an even stranger ability: they change sex. Most are born female, but as they mature some transform into males, their heads enlarge, jaws thicken, and human-like features appear. The BBC documented this transformation near Sado Island, revealing just how dramatic the change can be. One kobudai, nicknamed Yoriko, became famous for befriending Japanese diver Hiroyuki Arakawa, who met her regularly at an underwater Shinto shrine in Tateyama Bay. Over 30 years she recognized him by his bell, and even allowed gentle contact, a rare display of fish intelligence and memory. Asian sheepshead wrasses feed on crabs and shellfish, crushing them with powerful jaws. Classified as data deficient by the IUCN, their population status remains unclear. In Japan they're occasionally eaten, though many hesitate. It's hard to dine on something that seems to look right back at you. Armadillos look like nature's living tanks, mammals covered in armor made of bony plates called scutes. But one species, the three-banded armadillo, has perfected the ultimate defense. It can roll into a perfect ball. When threatened, it folds its body completely in half, tucking its head, legs, and tail inside its shell. The tail locks against the head, forming a sealed sphere with no exposed flesh. In seconds, a walking creature becomes a smooth, armored ball that predators can't pry open. Its armor, or carapace, consists of thousands of keratin-coated scutes backed by bone, a flexible yet nearly impenetrable shield. While the nine-banded armadillo is the only species found in the United States, armadillos first evolved in South America tens of millions of years ago. Today there are 21 recognized species, each adapted to its habitat. Only two, the Brazilian and southern three-banded armadillo, can roll into a complete ball. This remarkable ability even inspired Fuleco, the 2014 FIFA World Cup mascot in Brazil. The precision of this curl is astonishing. Every limb, joint, and plate must align perfectly. One misplaced movement would leave a fatal gap. Evolution, it seems, engineered the perfect ball. On July 2, 2021, the world watched the Bay of Campeche in the Gulf of Mexico erupt into flames. A glowing ring of fire burned on the ocean's surface near Pemex's Kumalub-Zop oil field off the Yucatan Peninsula, creating images so surreal they looked computer-generated. The blaze began around 15 a.m., when a 12-inch underwater gas pipeline ruptured, releasing natural gas that rose through the water and ignited, likely triggered by a lightning strike. The flames didn't come from burning seawater, but from gas burning above the surface. The circular shape formed as firefighting boats sprayed nitrogen to starve the fire of oxygen while crews shut down the valves feeding the leak. After 5 hours, the fire was extinguished at 10:30 a.m. No injuries were reported, though environmental groups questioned Pemex's claim that no oil had spilled. Kumalub-Zop is Mexico's largest offshore oil field, providing roughly 40% of Pemex's output, over 700,000 barrels per day. Less than 2 months later, another blaze at the same complex killed workers and cut production by more than 440,000 barrels per day. The viral footage of the ocean on fire became a haunting symbol of industrial fragility, proof that human technology can create disasters that seem to defy the laws of nature. Do you think incidents like the ocean on fire show that offshore oil drilling has become too risky for the environment? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. During the Cold War, nuclear powers carried out underwater detonations so violent they turned parts of the ocean into radioactive wastelands. The most infamous site was Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, where the United States conducted 23 nuclear tests between 1946 and 1958. When a nuclear bomb explodes underwater, a blinding flash is followed by a shockwave that travels through water at supersonic speed, instantly killing all marine life nearby. The blast then drives a colossal column of radioactive water and steam hundreds of feet into the air, raining back as toxic fallout that contaminates everything it touches. Warships were deliberately moored at the test sites to study the effects. In Operation Crossroads in 1946, the explosion codenamed Baker hurled ships out of the lagoon before smashing them down as radioactive wrecks. Many sank, others drifted, glowing with lethal contamination. The aftermath was devastating. Islander communities were evacuated, and radiation left Bikini and nearby Enewetak Atoll uninhabitable for decades. Fallout entered the marine food chain, spreading contamination across the Pacific. Decades later, scientists still detect elevated radiation in Bikini's corals and sediments, a haunting reminder that humanity once set off atomic bombs beneath the sea. Just south of Vancouver, Canada, the Fraser River meets the Strait of Georgia in a spectacle visible from airplanes and even from space. A sharp boundary appears where the river's pale, sediment-filled freshwater collides with the deep blue saltwater of the strait, creating a line that looks as if it were drawn across the ocean. The Fraser carries about 20 million tons of silt and sediment each year from the Rocky Mountains to the Pacific, forming a vast, cloudy plume that can stretch for miles. Because the river water is fresher, cooler, and lighter than the denser, saltier seawater, they don't mix immediately. Instead, they form a tidal front, a moving boundary where the two layers slide past one another. Wind, tides, and waves slowly blend them, but during spring snowmelt, the contrast is especially sharp. UBC and DFO scientists have mapped how these shifting plumes transport nutrients and sediments along the coast, while NASA satellites regularly capture the boundary curling and twisting with the tides. Each spring, the nutrient surge from the river fuels massive plankton blooms, turning sections of the strait vivid green. The scene is so striking that pilots and astronauts alike use it as one of the Pacific Northwest's most recognizable natural landmarks. Do you think the Fraser River's visible boundary with the ocean should be protected as a unique natural landmark? Let me know if you think yes, like me. In the heart of the Sahara Desert in Mauritania lies the Richat structure, better known as the Eye of the Sahara, a vast circular formation so large that astronauts use it as a landmark from orbit. Spanning 25 to 28 miles across, it forms a striking bullseye of rock, sand, and color etched into the desert floor. From space, the eye appears as concentric rings of varying hues and textures. Once thought to be an impact crater, it was later revealed to be a geological dome, ancient rock layers pushed upward by subterranean forces and sculpted by millions of years of wind and water erosion. At its core lie rocks more than 100 million years old, with younger layers spiraling outward like the rings of a tree. The vivid colors come from differing minerals, sandstone, quartzite, and volcanic rocks such as rhyolite and gabbro. The center also contains carbonatite dikes, megabreccia, and signs of ancient hydrothermal activity, evidence of the intense heat and pressure that shaped it. Today, the Richat structure is recognized as a geological heritage site of international significance, a natural masterpiece so vast that its full beauty can only be seen from space. Few secrets have been protected as fiercely as the Coca-Cola formula. Created in 1886 by Dr. John Stith Pemberton, a pharmacist in Atlanta, Georgia, the drink began as a tonic sold at Jacob's Pharmacy. After Pemberton died in 1888, businessman Asa Candler acquired the rights and founded the Coca-Cola Company in 1892, turning a small pharmacy syrup into a global empire. The exact recipe, known as Merchandise Number 7, has never been patented to avoid public disclosure. Instead, it's treated as a trade secret believed to be known by only two company executives at any time. According to corporate lore, they never travel together, ensuring the formula's survival if something happens to one of them. The written recipe is locked inside a vault at the World of Coca-Cola in Atlanta, a heavily secured exhibit that visitors can see but not access. Despite countless attempts to replicate it, including leaked recipes published online and in newspapers, the precise blend of ingredients and flavorings remains unmatched. Coca-Cola is now sold in more than 200 countries, with its brand valued at over $250 billion. The mystery surrounding its formula has become part of its identity, proof that, even in the information age, some secrets can still stay hidden. In northeastern China's Panjin, the red beach paints the coast in shades of crimson every autumn. Despite its name, it isn't made of sand but of a salt-tolerant plant called Sueda salsa, which carpets the Liuhe River delta at the northeast corner of Bohai Bay. In spring, the plants are green, but by September, as salinity rises and temperatures drop, they produce betalain pigments, turning the wetlands an intense red. The color peaks in early October, before fading to purple as winter approaches, creating one of the world's most surreal natural scenes. The Red Beach lies within the Liuhe River Estuary National Nature Reserve, covering about 800 square kilometers of protected marshland. Visitors explore the area via elevated wooden walkways that stretch for nearly 11 miles, offering panoramic views without harming the delicate ecosystem. These wetlands are vital stopovers for migratory birds along the East Asian-Australasian flyway, including the endangered red-crowned crane. Yet recent studies show Sueda coverage has declined sharply due to climate change, coastal development, and altered water flow. Still, each autumn, crowds gather to witness the fleeting brilliance of this living red landscape, proof that nature remains the most extraordinary artist on Earth. What you've just witnessed represents some of the most extraordinary and unsettling phenomena our planet has to offer. Thanks for joining me on this journey through some of the most incredible and unsettling phenomena on Earth. If this video opened your eyes to just how strange and wonderful our planet really is, make sure to subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries that surround us every day. What other incredible phenomena do you think deserve to be on this list? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.